we've reached the end of our witness list. Will you be taking the stand?
No. Paul, sit down.
Party, this is Henline 15 requesting CAS engage hostile party on R12. Henline 15, this is Zero Party, send down to TOD 0. Henline 15, this is Zero Party, send down to TOD 0.
Hi, Dad. I don't have a lot of time. Just wanted to get a brief email to you and share the news. Listen, I know my decision to join the Corps weighed heavily upon you, Dad. Becoming a Marine and a canine handler was the best thing I've ever done. It gave my life a higher purpose. I think Mom would be proud. Say hi to Sally for me. You're entitled to a companion, Dad. You didn't give Mom cancer. She loved us to the moon and back, and she'd want us both to be happy. The agreement came through, Dad. The Corps has granted my adoption request for Bart. There was one requirement, though, that I tender my separation from the Marine Corps. That's right, I'm coming home to stay. Love you, Dad.
First to fight for right and freedom, and keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title what is it? Of United States Marine. Yeah, such a good boy. Yeah. Yes. Some kisses. Oh, yeah. We're gonna find you your forever home.
Morning, Paul. Too bad. Such a good boy.
Gotta run. Got a meeting downtown. Will you tell Glenn? Forget it. I'll text him. Forget it.
You're a good boy. Yes. You wanna know him? Oh, that's a treat. See what that is? See what that is? Yeah, that was Bart. He's a good dog, too. I know what you want. You want the tree. Our flag's unfurled to every breeze, from dawn to setting sun. We have fought in every clime and place where we could carry a gun. Yeah, you good boy. You are a good boy. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll be back. First, fight for right and freedom and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Flags unfurled to every breeze, dawn to setting sun.
Morning, Paul.
Permission to speak freely.
Paul, this isn't the Corps and you're not at war anymore. And please don't call me sir. It makes me nervous.
Oh, okay. We are waging a war on the homeless past of America, sir. I'm told that's what our brochure says.
I know. I wrote it.
And me asking permission to speak shows my respect for your authority, sir. Your rank.
Paul, I don't have a rank. I'm just your boss. I've told you before, you don't have to salute, you don't have to call me sir. Glenn or Mr. Banks is just fine.
Yes, Miss Banks, sir. Glenn.
Maybe Jen can use a hand in the storage area. I heard those scout donations came in today.
Sir.
What's really on your mind, Paul?
Brown boy, sir. Status report, please.
Paul, we only have so much room around here. You know that. And after a given amount of time, we have to consider that.
No.
Paul, I understand. But you just have to accept that
No,
we
it's
might...
not acceptable, sir.
Not much more we can do.
Look at Brown boy. He might have been a service dog before. You know, he deserves better than this.
He's got until tomorrow.
Unacceptable!
I'm sorry.
Unacceptable!
Paul, I'm sorry.
First, to fight for right and freedom and keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim this title of United States Marines. Our flags unfurled to every breeze, from dawn to setting sun. You're gonna enjoy your stay with us, Brown boy.
I got suspended for the first 5 games. I'm gonna try to see if I can get Coach Stoltz removed. And there's a sight. A local retard walking another dog.
He's not a retard, Charlie. Show some respect. Dad said he was a Marine.
Yeah, whatever. He's a retard now.
I heard he saved some people in Afghanistan and got injured doing it.
Yeah, you hear that? He saved people. No, he's one of the dumbasses who enlisted and got himself blown up.
Hey, maybe friendly fire got him.
I just hate all those dogs he has.
Bet you $5 can't hit him.
Charlie, don't.
Charlie, not here.
Shut up, Rachel.
Yeah, shut up, babe. Chill out.
$5 is
Why
online.
don't you let him talk to me?
Hey, Private Pile, what's your major malfunction? Yo, Desert Storm.
He wasn't in Desert. No.
Come on, man. You can do better than that.
Hey, double or nothing.
All right.
Charlie, stop, please.
You're gonna hit the dog.
Shut up.
Charlie has that look.
Hey, Jarhead,
Charlie, don't do it.
don't you ever try to tell me what to do, you hear me? Now look, Wyatt, the retard's getting away. Third and long, Charlie Sawyer spots his receiver. The retard is in the end zone.
Come on, come on.
Hey! Anybody get a video of that? That was money. And he's not playing me, idiot. Hey. Hey. Classic. You see, guys, they're gonna lose all those games I would have pitched. They are. Squirrel, who's hungry?
New recruit. Coming in. Come on, get back. Get back. 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 Come on, this way. Come on. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Come on, new recruit. New recruit. Come on, let's go. Yeah, who's hungry? Everybody hungry? Come on. Come on. Get back. To go home.
Evening, Paul.
Hey, Jim, sir.
Pack has grown some.
2 got adopted just last month.
How many did you take in this month?
Yeah. Who's your dish on brown boy makes 3.
You all right? Looks like a nasty gash.
I've had worse.
What happened?
Just life.
I'm here because you needed a few extra days for the rent.
Yeah, the cost of food has cut me thin. I like to get the good food. It's got the meat first instead of just filler.
This was supposed to be our catch-up month, Paul.
I know, and I'm sorry, but if you could just grant me a short extension.
You might need to consider...
No man left behind.
These aren't men, Paul. They're dogs.
Man's best friend, that's what they are. They deserve better. They got a lot of love to still give somebody.
Well, we'll talk about this later.
Listen, you know I'll pay you everything I owe you. My word is gold. And Mr. Glenn said he might be giving me a raise as a shelter.
All right, Paul. Robert.
How much do you owe you? I got about 100 here for you.
It's fine for now. We'll work it out, okay?
All right.
We'll work it out.
All right. Well, thank you, man. You good, huh? Oh, hey, let me give you a heads up. Our illustrious mayor has ordered Hal to serve you.
For what?
Health code violation. Too many animals.
Might be best.
Yeah, I agree. Paul's not.
I don't suppose he will.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
What you doing?
man.
Get over here. Say hello to the old man.
You want to come in and visit for a little bit?
I'd love to, son. But, Miss Sally, she invited me to come to some church function tonight, so I'm gonna have to take a rain check, okay?
Okay.
I just stopped by to tell you something.
Tell me what?
Hal Rogers. He's gonna pay you a visit.
Sheriff Rogers? Why?
Well, you know, Jim owns the house here, and he's in violation of a health code. It's a dog, son. You have too many dogs here.
You know it's just temporary until they find a forever home, Dad.
I know, but for some of them, it's been 2 years trying to find them a home.
Dad, they would kill them.
Well, buddy, it happens sometimes.
Don't say that. It doesn't have to be that way, and I'm not gonna allow it.
Well, look, you've done the best you could.
Just stop it, all right? Why don't you just go?
Hey, listen to me. Jim is your friend, all right? Jim's gonna be in a lot of trouble because you're breaking the law.
Whose law am I breaking? God's law? Why don't you go to church with Sally? Ask Jesus if what I'm doing is right, huh? Just go!
Paul.
Just go!
Paul!
Just go! Who's hungry? Who wants the treats?
Sorry.
Come here. I won't let them take you. Yeah. Such a good boy. You're good too.
Hell, I need the report. I don't care if you went to school with Jim. I don't care about any of that. Yeah, that's your job, so do it. Thanks.
Charlie, if you don't study, you're not going to pass your test tomorrow.
Dude, shut up.
What's going on with that homework?
If by homework you mean looking at these beach babes, I'd say it's going pretty great.
How's your day?
Same old political headaches every day.
Who's that on the phone?
You remember Sheriff Rogers? We're gonna do something about that rundown house on Woodworth with all those dogs running around and...
Yeah, we actually, we saw the retard that lives there today, didn't we, Wyatt?
He's not retarded, Charlie. He's a Marine who served in the war, protecting our freedoms.
Whatever. He's retarded now.
Yeah, and he's a Marine and a highly decorated one at that. That's a problem. See, everybody's all compassionate about all this military stuff.
Doesn't he deserve some compassion?
Dude, his house makes the entire block smell in the summertime. Josh lives down that way. Those dogs have got to go.
Well, it's not that easy. Sheriff Rogers will serve him and the landlord, but the paperwork, ongoing city council battle over renter rights, you're talking month after month after month. This thing's gonna go on forever.
I mean, hey, 22 would take care of those dogs real easy.
Don't even joke about it, Charlie.
Oh, I forgot. Wyatt here wants a dog. Hey, here's an idea. How about you go adopt one from the retard?
Can you shut up?
Any day you want to try and make me. You know, you've been talking a lot for someone who can't back it up. Shrimp.
That is enough. I gotta get some sleep. I got a long day tomorrow.
Why'd you do that?
Because you're a wuss. And because you told Dad about me getting suspended for a few games.
No, I didn't. The school must have called.
Whatever. Hey, study that, shrimp.
Real mature, Charlie.
Yo, Josh, you remember talking about what to get for tomorrow night? Yeah, I have a plan. We'll be doing some community service. You heard me? Yeah, just get the boys around 6, no girls. Okay, yeah, they can meet up with us afterwards at the Cavalier. All right, I'll tell you tomorrow.
That's the man I wanted to see.
You hear about my dogs?
So he told you?
What's this? You know I can't read very well after the event.
It's a city citation, saying you've got to reduce the amount of animals you're keeping at your residence.
For what?
They'll have the animals removed.
Who's they?
The authorities.
Yeah, they're my family until they find their forever home.
I think it's a good thing you do, Paul.
Then why are you here?
It's my job. My hand's being forced on this. You understand me?
No, I don't understand any of it at all. Look, I watch out for them because nobody else cares about them. They didn't ask to be put in this situation.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, not sorry enough.
What's going on, Hal? Mayor and the city council pushed me into serving Paul and his landlord on his dogs. The county's in charge of animal control, meaning my office.
Come on, son. Can't hide from the world.
Hey. I'm not gonna let him take you. Come here. Yeah.
Come on, we'll fight this together.
What?
Come on, I promise you.
And why? Just doing it to me.
We'll get you a lawyer.
Not you.
Make
Not
everything
you.
A-okay, all right?
You're so good.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, open up.
It'll work out. It'll be okay. Yeah. It'll be okay, brown boy.
I just don't want you doing nothing crazy, all right?
All right, Paul, put it together. Put it together.
Come on, open up.
Stay. Stay.
You okay?
They can't take him, man. They just can't take him. I'm not gonna let him.
We'll fight this together.
I'm not gonna let him take him.
Let me help you and we'll work on this together, all right? I love you. All right?
I love you too.
I love you.
But what is it?
Trust me, we'll work this out. I'll get you a lawyer. We'll make it all go away, all right?
I'm trying to get hold from him so well, but I
know,
can't.
I know.
I can't get him from home.
I know, son. Listen to me. Buck up. Come on, you're a Marine.
I know.
Come on, you're a Marine.
I know I am.
We'll make this work out.
That's why I'm not gonna let him take him. I'll fight him.
I know.
I love you too.
You have been served. Off my car, losers. I thought I specifically said no girls.
What's up, Charlie? You've been secretive all day.
It's because what we're gonna be doing is top secret.
Sounds illegal. Jason Bourne-like. I dig it.
Oh, this will be one for the books.
What's up? You wanted to see me?
What's this shrimp doing here?
Shut up, Josh.
He's earning his stripes. It's time to run with the big dogs now. No more of this sissy crap.
Not a sissy.
And you'll have a chance to prove it.
What do you want me to do?
Stay back. Get back. Go on. Stay. Stay. Can I help you?
Maybe. You're the guy who takes in lost dogs, right?
Yes, I try to give them good homes.
There's a dog tied up in Sawyer Park. He might be hurt or sick. I'm not sure.
Sick? Can you take me to him?
I'm out past my curfew, but you can't miss him. He's by the play structure.
Thank you. Hey, you're a good kid.
Come on, boy.
It's okay, I won't hurt you.
You here?
I'm not gonna hurt you.
You done?
Good job, little man.
What are you guys gonna do?
Just sending a little message. Can't say anything, Wyatt.
What?
Just go home. Not a word to anyone. You hear me? I'm being serious, Wyatt. Can we trust you? Wyatt?
Yeah, you can trust me.
Go home.
Well, looky here. Sounds like trouble.
Yeah, jarhead. Kinda looks like they're heading to your place. Hope you didn't leave the stove on or any candles lit.
That hole's ready. That hole's up.
Was Paul inside?
No, he wasn't. The chief said that Paul was not inside. However, the smoke damage is pretty bad. Only a few of the dogs out in the backyard survived. Most of them inside didn't make it.
Paul! Paul!
Is that the owner?
No, I'm the owner. Paul's my renter.
The fire started out back. We found some rags, possible accelerant. We'll know more after testing.
Outside?
Is it possible that he could have done this?
No, not a chance. Ain't no way he'd do something like this.
Why don't you go play at the kids' pool table, man?
Finally. You know I could get in trouble for serving you.
Charlie.
Oh, come on. You know I'd never allow that to happen.
Hey, Charlie. Man, shouldn't you be at home with all your dogs?
You want some of this, retard?
I'm gonna call the cops!
What's going on?
Some guy came in and he went crazy and he started smashing everything up and everyone in there.
He didn't even say anything.
There's other people still in there.
Okay. Central. I need an ambulance and some backup. I got a situation here. Send him down to the Cavalier Bar. Was he armed?
I didn't see anything, but he was dangerous. He was trying to kill those kids. And there's a shotgun behind the bar, but I was too scared.
Okay, everybody stay here. Help is on the way. Don't move. Keep your hands where I can see them, Paul. Any weapons on you, son?
No, sir.
What happened here?
Those boys, they killed my dogs.
Paul, a fire killed your dogs.
No. They tricked me. They tricked me.
These boys are hurt bad. I gotta get some help in here. Is that okay?
Who did help my dogs?
We'll sort that out later. Now, I gotta get some help in here. Will you stand? Put your arms behind your back for me.
Sorry, I can't do that, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna go get that help. All right? You sit tight. We will sort this out. I promise. We've got injuries inside. Could be head and neck. So let's be careful, all right?
Is the attacker still inside?
It's Paul Lanning's.
The guy whose house caught fire tonight?
Yeah.
So he burned down his room.
Well, no, let's not jump to any conclusions here.
Do you want me to call SWAT from Flint?
No, I can handle this.
How?
Just keep this perimeter. Don't let anybody in that I don't authorize. You get Robert Landings here immediately. Follow me.
Yes, sir. Now, Palmer to base, we're gonna need a perimeter outside the Cavalier Bar.
Paul? Paul, it's just me, Sheriff Rogers. These people are here to take care of them boys.
Don't take those bodies off the battlefield.
Paul, we have to move them. If those boys die in here, things are gonna get a lot worse for you.
It can't get any more worse.
Paul, please, let them move them boys out. We'll just sit here and talk.
Deputy.
Is my son in there, Charlie?
I don't know, but that's a crime.
You don't know,
It's
you
under
need to find out.
investigation. You can talk to Hal about that, but you can't go back there.
You know who you're talking to
Stay
now?
here. I understand that, sir. I understand your position. Listen,
I'm
Hal,
going
give
in.
me...
You cannot go back there. You understand?
Work for me.
You understand?
I cannot let you go back there.
Charlie! It's Charlie. Charlie.
Listen,
Don't touch me. That's my son right there.
I'm sorry.
You better find out what happened. And you better find out now. Do your damn job or I'm gonna fire you. I swear to God.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's going on?
Everything's okay. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Dad, they killed all my dogs.
Not all of them, son.
Murdered them for no reason.
Okay. Son, listen to me. Put the shotgun on the bar. Put Put it down. That's it. It's been enough violence. Just put it down. Just put it in the bar. That's it. These will be all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I tried. Get.
How you doing? Don't just shoot you down. Be calm, Paul. Let go. Paul, let go. Get out of the ground. Stand down.
Robert,
Go ahead.
Robert, be calm. Dwayne, everything is good here. Paul, let go. Everything is good. We are okay. It is okay. Stand down. It's all right. Stand back, please.
Right, sir.
We're still trying to assess the total damage to the spinal cord and vertebrae.
Okay.
We know it's fairly low. Thoracic 6 down into the lumbar.
Okay. Will he heal?
Well, his vitals are stabilizing, so he's out of shock, and he's no longer in any immediate danger of dying.
Dying?
But the chance of him making a full recovery, walking again, we just don't know.
This is my son. I need you to do everything possible. Cost. It's not an issue.
Cost is not the problem. It will just depend.
Depend on what?
Time. You need to know. Best case scenario is paralysis from the waist down. Worst case, from the chest down, and hope that the arms aren't involved. Initial tests show crushing injuries to the spinal cord and vertebrae.
No. Look, he's young. He's healthy. He's vibrant.
And all of those things are going to play in his favor, Mr. Sawyer. They are. Maybe you should pray if you're a spiritual man.
All right, has he said anything, Hal? What are we looking at here?
Depending if anything changes at the hospital, we're looking at 6 counts of attempted murder.
Murder? What are you talking about, murder? My boy didn't even have a weapon on him, Hal.
He's a battle-tested Marine. For God's sakes, he is a weapon. You're gonna want a lawyer here. Now, I could have pushed him for a confession, but I didn't.
He said those boys killed his dogs, and if they did, they deserved a good ass whooping. Did they?
It was a fire.
I know it's a fire, Hal. I saw it. I talked to the fire chief. No, he said the fire started from the back of the house, and that it just might well have been arson.
You know the war got to your boy. You don't think maybe hearing the news that his dogs are going to be taken away could have pushed him over?
You think my boy caught his own house on fire and killed his own dogs that he loved? You know my boy. He would never have done that. You know that, Hal.
We're going to detain him here. He'll be taken in front of a judge tomorrow. The prosecutor's office is going over everything. But with Mayor Quinn's boy being the most injured, it's going to get ugly.
All right.
You need a good attorney.
I want to talk to my boy now.
I'm sorry. I cannot allow that.
Why are you being a hard ass?
I will tell you what time the arraignment is tomorrow once I get word.
You are unbelievable. What are you going to do, tase me?
Excuse me.
Son, take care. Hang tough, I love you. I'll get you. Sheriff Rogers, could you please unlock the door so I can leave your facility?
Buzz him out.
Thank you, Sheriff. Hang tight, son.
Well, he's not talking. I want statements from all them boys and anyone else who's at that bar.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Landis, did your son start the fire that burned down
Get out of
his
my face.
house?
Get out of my face.
Was he angry about
My
the
boy
eviction?
did not touch. Just leave me alone.
What about all those dogs? Is he responsible for the death of those dogs? What happened to the mayor's son? We heard the mayor's son right now, Mr. Landis, come on, just give us a one comment. Is he guilty?
Dad,
Not now, Wyatt.
where's Charlie? Did he get arrested?
What did you say?
Charlie, he...
Don't you hold out on me right now. I want to know everything. What is it? What?
You sent me to that guy's house to knock on his door.
The vet?
I sent him to the park for a dog, but there wasn't a dog.
What are you trying to say?
I thought they were gonna egg or TP that guy's house. I saw the fire trucks. What did they do?
Listen to me. You don't say anything about this. Go upstairs, keep your mouth shut. Go and do what I said. Now, go. Hey, thanks for coming, Ed.
I heard about your son, Quinn. I'm really sorry.
Want a drink?
No, thanks. It's reflux.
Ed, my son may never walk again.
It's tough. I'll be getting reports first thing in the morning.
Yeah, well, that vet's got to pay.
No, we're still trying to piece this thing together.
That maniac walked into that bar.
Where your underage son and his friends were boozing it up.
Ed, you and I did that when we were younger. You met your wife right where my son's back got broke. Now, don't go all self-righteous on me now. Not now.
Well, we will get justice.
I don't want that maniac getting off on some sympathy PTSD crap. You hear me? Do you hear me?
Calm down, Quinn.
He knew my office was forcing him to reduce the amount of animals he kept in that house. So he loses it. He burns his damn house down. He tries to kill my son. He tries to kill a group of boys from the community. Now, what more do you need, Ed?
We will put him away.
I wish Michigan had the death penalty.
The death? Quinn, nobody got killed, nobody died, just some dogs. We've got this, all right? You need to just try to get some rest. Arraignment will be at 9 a.m. There won't be any bail. I'll convince the judge he's a flight risk and a danger and all that. Now, I've got to be up early, so I'm gonna be on my way. I'll be praying for your son's recovery.
Yeah.
I'll just let myself out.
Just do what I said.
Landings, right? I served on the 24th MEU out of Camp Lejeune. Did 2 tours in Afghanistan before I got out. Moved to Michigan with my wife for her teaching career. Name's Armando Reyes.
Glad that you made it out.
I have a few scars. Left a few close friends back there.
Sorry to hear that.
You know, sometimes I wake up and I think I'm still back there. Does it get better?
You adjust.
But it doesn't get better. You can't forget what you saw, what you felt, what you did.
No, guess not. You didn't set your house on fire, did you?
No.
That's what my brother-in-law said. You know, he volunteers a couple times a month over at the animal shelter. He said you'd never hurt those animals.
Pray for them.
For the boys.
For the dogs who died in that fire, alone and trapped and scared. The boys will face their own judgment.
Does she always have to crowd my side of the bed?
She'll move eventually.
What a day.
Those boys gonna be all right?
Quinn's boy may not walk again.
Wow. I'm sure Quinn's not taking that too well.
No, he's not. Well, this Paul, the alleged attacker, he waived his right to a preliminary, but Quinn does not want to stand for any kind of a plea deal. He wants us to go for assault with intent to commit murder.
Does that fit the crime?
Yeah, it's complicated. Very, very complicated.
All this happened in the little bar where we met.
The Cavalier.
So what'd those boys do to provoke this?
Good question. There was a fire at the attacker's home, and the fire inspector said it was set from the outside.
Arson. Revenge for arson?
Hard to say at this point. But this Paul, who worked as a janitor at the animal shelter, kept several of the dogs at his home. The hard-to-place kind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The house was full of dogs.
So what happened to them?
Most of them died. Smoke inhalation, some of them burned to death. After this is when Paul went after the boys.
It's horrible.
Yeah. At least those boys are still alive.
I was actually talking about the poor dogs, but yeah, the boys too.
Good girl.
I'm so sorry, baby. I done the best I could. But I let you and Paul down. I just pray to God that he forgives Paul for what he done to them boys. I pray to God that you can forgive me for not being a better father to our son. My God, I miss you so much.
I want the fire report today. Ed, what else is there? The kook went crazy. He burns his house down. He goes seeking revenge and finds my son.
I don't care what it takes. I want you to keep that courtroom empty. I don't want some nut job swaying the sympathies of the jury. Oh, I am in control of this. Yeah, thanks.
Dad?
I don't want to talk about it, Wyatt. I want you to go upstairs, pack your bags. I want you to be ready by noon. I got a driver coming. They're going to take you to Aunt Mimi's lake house for a couple days.
She's in Traverse City. That's like 3 hours away.
And the driver will be here at noon, so be ready.
But school's not done for another month, and I want to be here for you and Charlie.
You're going to do as you're told. Do you understand?
Charlie and his friends did burn that house down, didn't they?
Shut your mouth. Don't ever say that again in public or here anywhere. Go upstairs and do what you're told. Go on, now. Go. Noon, be ready.
All rise.
Good morning, everyone. Please take your seats. We have a busy docket today.
Hang in there, Paul.
We're here with you. Semper Fi. Always faithful, brother.
Your Honor, Ian Tapper and Quincy Rowan on behalf of the defendants. We're working in conjunction with the National Legal Services for Wounded Veterans. Our office is in Detroit.
Your Honor, in view of the number of charges, the victims involved, and the egregious nature of the offense, the prosecution has decided not to offer Mr. Landings a plea deal. We are going directly to jury trial.
Please stand, Mr. Landings. You stand before this court today facing 6 counts of assault with intent to commit murder. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I will enter a not guilty plea for you. Do you accept Mr. Tapper and Mr. Rowan as your legal counsel?
I do.
Very well. We're going to get a trial date set. We're adjourned.
All rise.
Lord, you know me. I don't come to you for much. I come to you for my wife when she was ill. My son when he was deployed over in Afghanistan. And then when he got blown up. I can't bear to think about losing him a second time. So Lord, whatever you can do, I will be much obliged and eternally grateful. All right, sweetie. Hope that was all right. Love you.
It's late.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep.
She's a good girl.
Looks like she's staying with you.
Maybe.
Not too late, okay?
Yeah, we'll see. You can go with her if you like.
Thought you were off the sugar.
It helps me think.
What are the donuts telling you?
He's clean. Except for this situation.
Sounds like the Sawyer boy is gonna make it. He's paralyzed, but he'll live.
Well, that's good news. I think we need to get as much publicity on this case as possible. We have major small-town politics working against us.
Yeah, but we've got a hero here. He's wounded, returns home, trying to just mind his own business and live life.
Yeah. On the other hand, we have the All-American boy. Star quarterback, pro baseball pitching prospect. But why did he get suspended from the team?
Suspended by the coach. 5 games for cussing at the principal. A female principal.
Not quite All-American. Add the coach to our character witness list.
Already have. His boss, Glenn, from the shelter might be a strong one as well.
Tomorrow, I'm working the phones. Red, White, and Blue Project, DAV, Marine Semper Fi Fund, and 24 others.
Maybe ASPCA, Farm Sanctuary, animals rights groups.
You see, you're not the only smart one here. Already started a list.
Good. We'll put this in the national spotlight. Still have a few media friends left with a little integrity.
Quint, come on. Gotta have one of these.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, you ever have a dog?
Yeah, we had a few growing up. Zane was a beagle and Homer was a mutt. Some sort of retriever. Yeah, I loved those dogs.
The biggest thing a man can take into battle is a good reason why. What would you have done if somebody tried to, or did, kill one of your dogs? Exactly. And that is just the reaction I plan to get from our jury.
Come on. Hey, looks like I'm gonna be spending a little time with you in your bungalow. At least until I get myself clear. Mold issues. Give me a minute and I'll pop the teeth in and look a little more friendly that way. Smiling Joe. Yeah.
Smiling Joe. Is that your name?
No, it's Buddy. Smiling Joe's this character I saw one time in a Western film. You the guy went all Rambo on those punks? I saw that standoff on the news. I mean, I've got myself into some trouble stealing a few things. But damn, son. Sorry to be so chatty, guy. But I've been solo a long time. And even then, people don't want to talk to me much. And you don't look like you feel like talking either. So I'm just gonna stretch out up here. Is that okay? Hey, look, I'll try not to snore, but if it gets too loud, kick the bunk.
At least he's former military, and they don't like the law being broken.
Yeah. Still a lot of pro-military support around these parts.
It's true.
That makes 7 men and 5 women.
Women tend to favor animals.
Mostly. But if they paint these young men as children, women tend to favor children, too.
I believe that rounds out our 12 juror slots. We'll start tomorrow at 9 a.m. with opening statements. We're adjourned.
All rise.
Hey there, hotshot. Here's a hint. Women favor a lot of things, but being generalized and having men think they know what women favor is way off. Oh, and your tie's crooked. And I'm pretty sure your fly's undone.
Keep your head in the game. What? I've seen you with that look. Usually just before you do something stupid.
What?
You know what?
Okay. Mr. Rowan, good luck tomorrow.
Mr. Hammonds, thank you, but we don't require luck. We've got case law.
Sure, son. Good luck anyway.
His condition has improved greatly. He's off the respirator, breathing on his own. It's a great start.
Yeah. Well, we got a question for you, Doc. When can we start rehabilitation? We're ready.
We are going to have to take that one step at a time.
Yeah, but you don't understand. My boy Charlie here, he's a fighter.
It's going to be a major difference in his day-to-day activities. He's going to need to relearn everything in his new condition.
A condition? Why don't you just say it? I'm crippled. Leave me alone.
Sorry.
Charlie, you're going to have to come to terms with your condition. Can I speak to you for a moment outside?
Yeah. Be right back. I want him out of here as soon as possible.
We're going to have to see what kind of progress he makes.
Okay.
In the meantime, he's going to need some help.
What kind of help?
A therapist? A church leader, perhaps?
He hasn't been to church since his mother passed. A therapist? Really?
He's going to have a lot of frustration. You saw some of that in there. Charlie has a long road ahead of him. But he's lucky he has a road.
Really?
You could have easily lost him. We'll talk later.
River's high.
Lost a few lines in this river, ain't we?
You sure have.
I've been to every place in this town that's brought me solace in the past.
Any luck?
Not so far. Scared. Scared for my boy, Jim. You make a oath with God when they're brought into this world. To raise them, watch over them, guide them. I failed Paul. I should have never allowed him to join the Marines.
Yeah, but you served.
I had to. I was drafted. It's a big difference. Paul didn't have to serve. I encouraged him to join the Marines. Told him to make him a man. Now look where he is.
Well, the authorities won't allow me to let anyone inside the house yet. But once they do, you're welcome to go in and take whatever you want.
Did you hear what happened to all the dogs that survived the fire?
Yeah, Glenn took them into shelter. Once news of the fire hit the papers, several were adopted immediately.
Good.
Matter of fact, a couple were taken in by an agency that trains service dogs in Flint.
I was thinking about taking one in myself. Give it out, as Paul says, a forever home. Just so I remember.
Don't you lose hope. Not yet. Don't ever lose hope.
Oh, I'm just happy that... So happy that they all found homes. You know, I don't think I could muster the courage to have to have told Paul that any of them had to be put down. He loved them so much.
Well, the local VFW took up a collection that paid for the proper handling of the dead animals.
Good. Speaking of which, I got some money. I'd like to pay you back some of what he owes you for that back rent.
With everything going on, it can wait.
You sure?
Oh, yeah, it can wait.
Well, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. What's on your mind?
I was contacted by the prosecution to testify. And I'm guessing it's about all the dogs you had there.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Jim. You know, you've always been a good friend of Paul. You always gave him a fair shake. I always appreciate that. That's all you can ask for in this life.
I only wish I could do more. All he's done for this country and the way people have treated him. Don't you worry. You hang in there, buddy. It's gonna be all right.
Reception.
A lot of excitement over that house fire and the attack on those boys.
Yeah, I read a few things being posted on it. We don't have anything official yet, though, do we?
Fire inspector, they're not speaking yet. I've heard they suspect arson. Also heard Mayor Quinn's boy, likely paralyzed. But of course, you probably already know that from Ed.
Ed's careful about what he shares from work. Wish that were true for everyone.
Well, I'd like you to run a story. Dig up whatever you can on these Paul landings.
Yep, way ahead of you. I have pulled all the past stories we ran on him when he returned from service. He was honored at our Memorial Day parade.
Any arson in his background?
What?
Violence? Arrests? He wasn't always a Boy Scout.
You want me to uncover dirt on him?
Quinn's boy ain't never gonna be the same. And I don't want that broken down, poor excuse of a soldier.
A Marine?
Whatever. I don't want any bleeding hearts on his side. I'd like you to cover the entire trial, if Ed's okay with it.
Ed doesn't give me permission.
Filled with a blind rage.
The defendant, Mr. Paul Landings, viciously attacked Charles Aaron Sawyer
and brutally slammed him into the corner of this pool table, thereby shattering the lower vertebrae in his back. Young Charlie's life promised as an athlete, student, a young man with so much ahead of him, forever altered. Forever altered by this man, whom, I will tell you, is a war veteran, United States Marine Corps, honorably discharged, and we appreciate his service. But this vet returned home thinking that he did not play by the same rules that you and I all obey. Prosecution is going to show that he was in gross violation of city ordinance, and that when he was confronted with this fact, he did not choose to comply with the law. He chose rather to retaliate violently against those he thought responsible for turning him in. Now, the defense is going to try to paint for you a fabricated picture of a poor wounded war vet under stress, and they're going to bring you studies and statistics that try to show how he is not accountable and responsible for his actions, but rather it's because of a war fought in a distant country a long time ago. The truth is, he chose to break the law, our law. And then he chose, this combat-hardened Marine, chose to target, stalk, and attack a group of boys half his age. And it would not surprise me to find out that in a fit of spite, that he set his own residence on fire.
I did not kill my dog.
Order in my court.
I did not kill my dog.
Order. I want order in my court.
Sorry, Your Honor. Stand down, Marine.
Sit down.
Please. Sit down.
We are done with our opening remarks, Your Honor.
Exciting morning. Coffee's kicking in better for some than others. I want to thank our fine jury for your service. Much like our client has risked and been awarded for his service to all of you, you, ladies and gentlemen, now serve him and us. I promise you will hear quite a different story. You'll discover that while arson might have been involved, our client surely did not participate in any way. He is in pain. He lost family. He actually lost family in that fire. Family that he loved as near and dear as you all loved your family. I plan to give you a vastly different story than the prosecution might wish you to believe. And what is that, you might ask? That Charlie Sawyer is not the Clark Kent small-town America poster boy painted by the prosecution and his team. As some of you already know, he's a troubled young man and who has a pattern of truancy, bullying, and in this case, took things too far. We plan to give you the truth. And following that, we're going to ask you, after you hear all the testimony, that you find Paul Landings not guilty of these charges.
He's lived there for about 2 years now. He's always been a good renter. I mean, he's a good man.
The final fire department report states that arson was the cause of the fire at at your house. Did you ever have any issues with Mr. Landings?
Objection. Mr. Landings isn't on trial for arson.
Sustained. Careful, Miss Bixby. Please continue.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
No, I had the typical issues that any landlord might have dealing with anyone these days trying to make ends meet.
Was he failing to pay rent?
No. Well, he got behind from time to time.
And was he currently behind with rent?
Yes, some.
I'm sorry, sir, excuse me?
Yes, some. He was behind some.
How did it make you feel to be served in violation of a town ordinance?
Objection. How does it make him feel?
Redirect your line of questioning, please.
Have you ever been served in violation of a town ordinance? In your opinion, did you consider the living conditions to be healthy?
Well, no.
Sir, you're gonna have to speak up so the court can hear you, please.
No.
So then, do you think the conditions of your property were increasing or decreasing in value with Mr. Landings as your tenant?
I suppose they were decreasing.
Decreasing, yes. Thank you. I have no more questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Recess for lunch, 1 hour.
All rise.
Okay, guys. I ain't a lawyer. I'm not. But you're telling me that they made Jim sound like some heartless slumlord? Jim is Paul's friend. Jim has known Paul since he was a baby. Jim and I go way back. We're hunting buddies, fishing pals. You're telling me that's what the case is?
We'll get our chance to cross-examine Mr. Landings.
But his testimony's so... It just ain't right. It's my son's life we're talking about here. There I was sitting in my house and I get a call from your boss and your boss in Detroit. Says, hey, our organization wants to defend your son, free of charge. You know, guys, right now, I am regretting that decision. But I guess you get what you pay for, don't you?
Mr. Landings, my young charge here was first in his class at the Naval Academy. He was an outstanding JAG officer. Trust me, you want him on our side. Me? Well, yeah, I'm the old dog in the mix. I know what you were thinking. But I had it all once. Money, notoriety, people who loved me. Maybe they still do. I climbed into a bottle and threw away the things that matter most. Family, friends. You can't put a price on being able to live with yourself. Believe me, I'm still trying. Robert, We know Paul didn't kill his dogs, his family. But we also know that he attacked and paralyzed the Sawyer boy. You already lost a part of your son to his service in Afghanistan. If we don't bust this down to a lower included charge, you're gonna lose what's left of Paul.
Have faith, Mr. Landings. Everything will be all right.
May I ask, do you have any pets of your own?
Objection. Relevance.
Sustained. Please continue.
Have you ever had a pet?
I had a dog, Jack, for many years. He passed away maybe 4 years ago.
You never got a new one?
Too painful to get another one, I guess.
But you are a dog lover.
Objection. Your Honor.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
I like the way they bring out the best in us.
You were aware that Mr. Landings was taking in dogs from the local shelter that had reached the end of their stay, yes?
Yes.
Were you aware of complications that Paul had from his military service?
Well, everyone around here was aware of that.
So you wanted to assist whenever possible?
Yes. Like I said, he's a good man. We should all try and do that for one another.
Go on. So you noticed when the defendant came into the bar that night?
Yeah, everyone did. He looked crazed when he came in. His eyes weren't right, and he was strangely calm, but then he just snapped and went berserk.
Yes, I think we can all imagine that based on what went on in this courtroom earlier today.
Objection. Immaterial.
Sustained. Stop with the commentary, Miss Bixby.
Do you think the defendant was trying to kill the people in the bar?
Yes, I think he was.
Your witness.
So, you knew the boys you were serving were all underage, yes? You're under oath, Miss Howard.
Yeah, I knew, but...
But what?
But they come in all the time to play the jukebox and pool. Charlie's father is...
Charlie Sawyer's father.
Yes, his father is the mayor, so...
So Charlie didn't fear any consequences? Because state law doesn't apply to him.
Objection. Badgering the witness.
Rephrase the question, Mr. Rowan.
Did Charlie Sawyer feel entitled to do whatever he pleased because of his father's position?
Yes.
Even drinking at a bar across the street from the sheriff's department. Thank you. No further questions.
So, Charlie Sawyer was suspended for 5 games.
Yes.
Was that your call?
Yes. It was approved.
And that was for?
Disrespecting the principal.
Do you believe that was a unique situation or more of a pattern?
I think Charlie Sawyer had Division I potential in both football and baseball. Could have written his own ticket. Maybe even into the pros. But he lacked discipline and respect. And that starts at home.
Are you still active in the Army, Coach?
National Guard, military police unit.
You sit on the board of the local chapter of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, do you not?
I do.
Listen, I fully support getting help for our deserving vets, but if you think I wanted something like this to happen to those boys...
Did you?
I think too many of the young men around here aren't getting the firm hand they need. Did I want to see anyone get seriously hurt? No. Do I think Charlie and those boys could have benefited from a swift kick in the butt? You're damn right.
How about a paralyzing near-fatal kick to the spinal cord?
Coach?
Your Honor!
Withdrawn. No further questions?
Do you like dogs?
Not really. Got bit by one when I was young.
When you were young. Then how do you feel about dogs?
I can tell you how I feel about them dogs. I feel they should have humanely been put down before being abused by that hoarder of animals. They were just loud and annoying. They stunk. And hey, they were just dogs.
So you don't think dogs are anything more than just property?
Nope.
Did you have knowledge or participate in any way to the fire set at Mr. Landings' rental house?
Nope. That crazy dude right there did. I think he should be put away forever.
How long have you known Charlie Sawyer?
About 5 years or so, since summer baseball in 7th grade.
Scouts and football camp. You two have shared a lot together. And did you know Paul Landings before you encountered him at the Cavalier Bar?
Everyone knew of him, but no, never met him, never wanted to.
About how long were all of you at the bar that night?
5 or 6 hours. Charlie was suspended, so we wanted to shoot pool and listen to some tunes.
And like many young boys, you were drinking, underage.
Yes, but Gail can tell you, that's what we were doing, drinking, not setting nobody's house on fire.
I'm finished with this witness, Your Honor.
We'll reconvene tomorrow at 9 a.m.
All rise.
Keep the pressure on them, they're gonna crack.
I think you're right. And don't forget Coach Stoltz.
No, definitely. There he is.
Hey, Paul. Hey, can you give us a minute?
Not bad today.
Those boys are lying.
I thought their testimony came across sketchy and inconsistent. It helps us.
I want to try and get the younger son on the stand to support your story.
That could be hard. I heard they're debating putting your dad on the stand.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job of twisting truth, but we've got a few other surprises.
Yeah?
I want to speak to my own defense.
Not sure that's the kind of surprise we need.
Dr. Keller might also be called to the stand.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad. All right. Okay, rest up. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you, Paul.
Yes, niggas
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Welcome home. So you still got a roommate for a few days? Hey. From your father.
Palmer, here we got tacos tonight.
Oh, thought you were vegan. Night night, boys.
Anything?
No.
No?
Nope. Isn't there anything we can do with stem cells or whatnot?
Major medical advances are happening every day, but nothing that can immediately help.
When do I get to go home?
Soon. But your life is going to be very different.
Oh, you mean like I can't do anything for myself?
You can learn to do things. You're just going to need a lot of help at first. I have a peer mentor that's going to come in and visit you.
What's that?
He's a young man who's paralyzed, like you are. He's going to help you to see that your life is going to look very different, but it's going to be very good. There are a lot of choices you're going to be able to make. What kind of car you want to drive, and you can put hand controls in it. You'll be able to choose the kind of house you want to live in and adjust it so that you can live a full life. It's gonna be a long road. You're gonna have to be a warrior, an advocate for yourself. But it's gonna be a good life, Charlie. I have to leave you now, but I'm gonna check back with you tomorrow. You can do this.
Hey.
Saw you on the news.
You don't look so bad.
How's the head?
Few stitches.
Come closer. Is everyone sticking to our story?
Yes.
Even Gail?
Yeah. I'm afraid of the fire report, though.
I was just gonna say it's arson. It's our word against Rain Man Rambo. So just stay cool.
What if they try to get your brother up on the stand?
Don't sweat it. Just tell everyone to stick to the story, okay?
I can't tell you what it means to me that you found homes for all of Paul's dogs. You're a true blessing, brother. True blessing to Paul. Thank you.
We've been friends for a long time, Bob. I just want you to know that no matter what the verdict is, I still believe in Paul. He's a good man, Bob. You did a good job. I've been writing a few grants. We're gonna make the shelter a no-kill facility in honor of Paul. Hell, we got a plaque and everything. Board's already approved it.
It's outstanding.
It's not much, but
hey, Paul loved that. Thank you.
You're quiet tonight. You're slowly making your case. If a dog truly is property, then you can't go and try to kill someone for wrecking your property. You're on the right side of case law.
And how come I don't feel like I'm arguing for what's right, case law or not? I feel like I'm working hardest to make the case for my own peace of mind.
This helps calm the mind. Gets the zone to flowing. You still in that desert fighting, ain't you? Who's Bart? Heard you talking in your sleep.
He's my four-legged Marine Corps buddy.
You lost him, didn't you?
Affirmative.
Heck, man. He wouldn't have had it any other way. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, in the normal way of things, it's not right for a parent to bury his child. But with our dog babies, that's just the righteous way of things. And Paul, I'm truly sorry for your loss, man.
After all that maiming, killing, all I wanted was a little bit of peace. Those dogs, they gave me that feeling of peace.
Damn. Those boys took that from you.
And for that, I feel anger. I feel rage. for hurting those boys. I feel remorse. But if that situation were to happen again, it would go down the same way. Because actions have consequences. War taught me that. To fight for what's right, what's honorable, and to help those who can't help themselves. The Marines taught me that.
Dad, can you please just listen to me? Stop shouting. Dad, I have to do the right thing. Hello? Hi, can I please speak to a Mr. Quincy Rowan or a Mr. Ian Tapper? Tell them it's Wyatt Sawyer. Thank you.
It's a damn circus. Social media grabbed it first, spread across the state country, actually.
Take it to the dogs in the military to grab the headlines, I guess.
Joanne even got a call from NPR. You're kidding me. No, they're asking questions. Let's go.
Your exact area of expertise again, sir?
I'm a certified fire arson investigator, and I assist with 6 county fire departments.
And you were assigned to the fire response team.
Yes, sir, I was.
What did you find when you responded?
The entire rear of the house was engulfed in flames. We saw several animals in the yard, and we immediately began putting water on the flames. I was one of the first responders to break down the front door.
What did you discover upon entering?
Most of the dogs were dead, smoke inhalation. Their paws were bloodied from trying to claw through the front door. The door was pretty hard to open because they were all piled together. I'm sorry.
Take a moment. I know this can't be easy.
The fire started in the rear of the house, where most of the crates were being kept. And all of the caged animals died in the fire because the flames melted the plastic crates.
We got 3 down! Need medevac right now! Our greatest gun is on fire! Get over it!
What was the final conclusion of your inspection?
Beyond a reasonable doubt, arson. We discovered some burned rags and a charred gas can.
Thank you.
Do you believe the living situation contributed to this incident?
I can't say that the living situation had any direct cause in the fire starting. However, once the fire did start, the cramped amount of dog crates and newspapers and empty dog food bags certainly fueled the flames.
Was there any evidence that Mr. Landings did not set the fire?
We only know that the fire started outside. The Sheriff's Department report stated that no prints could be pulled from the can.
So the answer is no. Thank you.
A full recovery is very unlikely. The spinal damage from the attack is irreversible.
Yes, ma'am. My son
was changed by his experience in Afghanistan. He came home 100% disabled. You see, my son is a Marine Corps dog handler, and on his last deployment, him and his dog were blown up by an IED, killed his dog, and left my son 100% disabled and a bit slower than he used to be. Well, the VA, the doctors, the psychiatrists, they determined that he has TBI. Do you know what that is? Traumatic brain injury. And PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder from that blast. And all the prescriptions that the VA gives him don't do jack. The only thing that helps my son is his dogs. The only thing that gives him a mission and purpose in life. The only thing that makes him happy. Correction. Was his dogs.
I see. And I can certainly sympathize. But the fact is, he's not disabled enough to keep from injuring those boys. One permanently. And the forensic psychiatrist determined that he knew exactly what he was doing.
Your Honor, the defense now calls Gunnery Sergeant Harold Reeves, United States Marine Corps.
They're ready for you, Gunny.
I love you, brother. Semper Fi.
Thank you for joining us today.
I wouldn't miss it.
You served with Mr. Paul Landings?
Proudly. That man saved my life.
Can you expound on that, please, Sergeant?
We're both doing another tour in Afghanistan, my fourth. Our unit was tasked to take medical supplies where needed. We were going down a road that day we knew it was sketchy. Hell, they're all sketchy. Sergeant Landings is a specialist canine handler. Bart was his partner. I was walking flank, as I always did when dismounted from the Humvee. Bart hit on something. Sergeant Landings yelled at me to stop and fall back.
Come, Bart, come! Fall back! Gunny!
Almost before we can react, the IED detonated. One of those cowards hiding with a trigger remote. Later I was told Bart was killed instantly. Sergeant Landing took several pieces of shrapnel, including the chunk to the back of his head, I was told. Spent several weeks in a coma, just like me. I took some considerable amount of damage myself, in case you couldn't tell. The Marines in the Humvee put out the fire that engulfed me. They swooped teeth out of my mouth so I could breathe. Others were hurt that day. Some internally, some externally. But all of us, for the rest of our lives.
Your Honor, with all due respect, this is a filibuster.
Sit down, Mr. Hammonds. You may continue, Sergeant.
I've had 48 surgeries, but I'm alive. The good Lord above has blessed me. Our entire human team out there was blessed that day because of Sergeant Landings and Bart.
I speak for all of us when I say how grateful we are for your service and personal sacrifice.
Sergeant Paul Landings is the hero. He and Bart walked front and center to danger on several occasions, saving many lives. And on that particular day,
Can you describe the bond between Mr. Landings and his former dog, Bart?
Bart was a Marine. He was family to all of us.
Was he Family, or was he like family?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I was asking if Bart, a dog, was family, or was he like family?
Bart was family.
Yes, that is how all of you saw them. But the military sees them as equipment. In fact, not too long ago, they were seen as surplus military equipment and often put down after retirement.
Robbie's Law changed all that, thank God.
Yeah, the post-war adoption process, that is a beautiful program. Do you think Paul Landings thought of Bart as his family? Furthermore, do you think he thought of all of his dogs as part of his family?
Yes, like I said, we all did.
Then do you think the defendant, Paul Landings, would have killed to protect Bart? Would have killed to protect his family?
We take care of our own. That's what we're trained to do. We're Marines.
No more questions, John.
Not sure how that went.
What are you talking about? That went great.
Your Honor, I'm adding a witness who just came forward on his own.
Very well.
I call Wyatt Sawyer to the stand.
They can't do this. He is my son.
Objection, Your Honor. This witness is not on the defense's witness list.
Be seated, gentlemen.
They have no right.
Your Honor.
I will not ask again.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Very good.
Why don't you tell all of us what made you come forward today?
Because of what happened to my brother and the other boys.
You're how old, young man?
Almost 14, sir.
Did you go to the house of Paul Landings that Friday night of the fire? I need to remind you that you're under oath, and you understand what that means.
Yes, I did.
Objection. Your Honor, we've had no time to file a motion even against this witness testifying.
Overruled. Please continue.
Why did you go to Mr. Landings' house that night?
I told Mr. Landings there was a dog tied up in the park.
Knowing how he'd respond. Was there a dog?
No, sir.
Who sent you to the house that night?
My brother Charlie.
And you did what you were asked to do. Any regrets now?
Yes, sir. I regret what happened to my brother.
And?
I regret what happened to those dogs.
You saw Mr. Landings run from his house towards the park, correct?
Yes, sir.
Was the house on fire?
No, sir.
So, to be clear, the house was not on fire when Mr. Landings ran from his house toward Sawyer Park.
No.
Do you know who set the fire? Wyatt?
I didn't see it happen, but I know my brother Charlie and his friends were gonna do something. Maybe egg his house or TP the trees.
But when you saw the fire engines, you knew, didn't you?
Silence, please. Continue, young man.
I didn't know they were gonna burn it. I never wanted those dogs to die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Landings.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Hammonds?
We're going to defer cross-examination at this time and ask for a brief recess. Since this witness was not on the list, we're going to entertain a motion for a mistrial.
You can entertain anything or anyone you like, Mr. Hammonds, on your own time. Recess, 30 minutes.
Hey, nurse? Nurse, can you help me with changing the channel? I can't. Oh, God. What have I done? I'm so stupid. How could I have been so stupid? Please forgive me. Those dogs, please.
Mr. Landings, we've reached the end of our witness list. Will you be taking the stand?
Our client has elected not to take.
No. Paul, sit down. Paul.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
As I look around this courtroom, I'm disappointed at how few people there are here. I never wanted attention just to be left alone. But I guess not many people care very much about what happened to my dogs. So all I can do is be a voice for them. But I do see faces that I know. My neighbors. Mrs. Johnson, who got a dog Bubba at our shelter. Deputy Michael Leary. I was there when you picked out Maxie after your Gussie May had to be put down. I recall you being filled with so much joy, as if you've been made whole again. See, animals have that ability. Claire girl, Sloopy Joe, Rally. I know all your pets, and I've seen the people that you become with them in your life. I've seen a lot of horrible things at war, things that keep me up at night. But my pack family has taught me to forget about the harshness of yesterday and to live for today.
Your Honor, is this witness going to be seated to testify or stand and preach us a sermon?
I want you both to take a seat, Mr. Hammonds. Mr. Landings.
Your Honor, if it pleases the court, we're going to yield to Mr. Landings.
Very well. I'm duty-bound to caution you, Mr. Landings. You're under oath. Anything you say can be held against you. Do you understand?
Dogs are mentioned in the Bible 44 times. 35 times in the Old Testament, 9 times in the New. The wolf was domesticated to help mankind survive. And dogs, they teach us to love unconditionally.
Your Honor, I object.
Yes, I object. I object to the way we treat one another as living things, to be used and discarded without the slightest concern for the soul within.
Okay, objection overruled. Mr. Landings, please get to your point.
Mr. Hammonds. Mr. Hammonds, sir. I have seen you with your dog, your family. How would you feel if your dog died in a fire? A fire that was intentionally set by someone.
Objection, Your Honor. I am not on trial here.
Mr. Landings, what is your point, sir?
Let's just get this over. First, you, Wyatt Sawyer. Young man, thank you for your courage and your honesty. The question we all have to ask ourselves is whether the soul of a dog can be weighed the same as a man or a woman. It's as simple as right and wrong. I know my answer, and I know my faults. So I'll leave each and every one of you to ponder that question inside yourself. I'm a Marine. And maybe what I did was not right in the eyes of the law, but it was right in my heart. I did not set my house on fire, but I surely did pursue those who did. And I brought them the war that they started. And for that, I'm guilty. I'm prepared to stand and face whatever punishment this judge and this jury sees fit. And as for Charlie Sawyer, I'll let God judge him. Or perhaps he already has. I have nothing more to say.
Mr. Hammonds?
Your Honor, in view of the defendant's confession on the stand, the prosecution's case of assault with intent to commit murder has been confirmed. We will accept a changed plea.
Very well, Mr. Hammonds. We will enter a guilty plea. Mr. Tapper, Mr. Rowan, your client has been remanded to the county jail to await sentencing. We'd like to thank the jury for your time. Court is now adjourned.
Trust in me, my friend, for I am your comrade. I will protect you with my last breath. When all others have left you and the loneliness of night closes in, I will be by your side. Together we will conquer all obstacles and search out those who might wish harm to others. All I ask of you is compassion, the caring touch of your hands. It is for you that I will unselfishly give my life and spend my nights unrested. Although our days together may be marked by the passing of the seasons, know that each day at your side is my reward. My days are measured by the coming and going of your footsteps. I anticipate them at every opening of the door. You are the voice of caring when I am ill, the voice of authority when I've done wrong. Do not chastise me unduly, for I am your right arm, the sword at your side. I attempt to do only what you bid of me. I seek only to please you and remain in your favor. Together, you and I shall experience a bond only others like us will understand. When outsiders see us together, their envy will be measured by their disdain. I will quietly listen to you and pass no judgment, ever vigilant.
We know you didn't hurt your dog, sir.
Nor will your spoken words be repeated. And when our time together is done and you move on in the world, remember me with kind thoughts and tales. For a time we were unbeatable. Nothing passed among us undetected. And if we should meet again on another street, I will gladly take up your fight. I am a working dog, and together we were guardians of the night.
Fair winds and following seas, amigo. I'll be praying for you. Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
I see you got him the Cadillac of electric chairs, Mayor. Well, Charlie told me he's also excited to transition to his manual chair so he can keep his upper body strong and conditioned. Sky's the limit, huh, Charlie? This is Tom Stone from the Service Dog Organization in Flint.
Charlie.
Where do these service dogs come from?
They come from many places. This one was a service dog for an elderly lady before she passed. He somehow accidentally found himself at a local shelter until he was recently rescued. He was one of the dogs that survived from that tragic house fire they had around here a few months ago. Charlie, this is Brown Boy.
Bet you $5 can't hit him.
Charlie has that look.
Come on!